Let's talk about the stupid things that men do to get women. Like, what do men think that they're doing? You got supplication. Like, if I do these things for you and pay you compliments, you will owe me sex. That's how it works. I will buy sex from you with compliments and favors. Like, who taught these guys this? Who taught these? Some woman, some mother teaches her son, like, if you want to get a girl, you must be a nice gentleman. And he's like, oh, I get it. Do things for the girl. She owes you sex. Right? You got then you got these guys who think they can catch a woman in a weak spot. Like, I will never get a girl unless I catch her in a time of weakness. So she breaks up with her boyfriend, or like there's a death in the family. He comes, there. I am here for you. I am here for you. I'm the only one who is here for you in this time of weakness. Oh, this looks hot. Let me take it off. Oh, do you feel very alone? Do you feel very weak right now? I will console you. Like, when did a guy think that consoling is an appropriate time for seduction? Like, this guy must never get any. Then you got Facebook, right? Girls post pictures and suddenly 100 guys compliment. Oh, beautiful. You are beautiful. Oh, you're so beautiful. Like, you'll see it 3 times in a row. They don't even bother to read the comment above them to know whether or not they're reposting the same word. And they'll just be like, you are so beautiful. These guys, they like have no ability to write even a couple phrases. You are so beautiful. Any guy is awesome to deserve you, or something like that. And they're not even like, it's not even like they're Asian or anything. Like, they know English. And they just go saying whatever comes out, like, bleh, to the woman in written words so that everyone can see. Like, that's written down. Everyone can see it. They're just saying the stupidest shit. Like, oh my, you so hot. Like, oh yeah, you just gained her respect. What is he trying to gain? If I compliment her on Facebook so that everyone can see my accolades, then she will owe me sex. What the fuck are these men thinking? Are they so stupid? Then you got online dating. I've dated a couple girls who I met online, and sometimes they will laugh and tell me stories about guys who message them. And they're like, you know why we are now together? Because you were the only one who didn't message me and say, hey. I'm like, really? Guys just write, hey. They're like, yep, see, look. Show me on their computer, like, it's like, hey, hey girl, hey. And I'm like, wow. Who would even think that would work? I don't know, but apparently a lot of men do. Speaking of dating and relationships, romance, all that, what do you guys do? I need your advice now. What do you guys do when you're hanging out with your friends who are a couple and they start to argue in front of you? You're just like, should I act like I'm not here? Or should I act like I don't hear them? I wasn't listening, I promise. Like, have you ever been in front of these couples? They just start to argue in front of you, like say completely inappropriate things that you shouldn't be hearing, that are just so far away from what you should be hearing, and you're like, no, I wasn't listening. You could be in the car with them. Oh, I wasn't listening. I didn't hear you. I was listening to the trees. They're everywhere. But we obviously try not to judge our friends and stuff, but it gets to a point where, your mind is just passing judgment on these people. They're just saying anything in front of you, which makes me wonder, like, how do therapists do it? How do therapists go, like, a whole session with some weirdo and not pass judgment on them? What do you think they're thinking when they're just looking at the person just like, How does that make you feel? Oh, that is interesting. Interesting. How does that make you feel? Yes. In their head, they're probably going like, oh my god, this person is so crazy. I'm lucky to be alive in front of this person. At any moment, they could just stab me. Just ask them about their feelings. Don't let them know you are afraid. Like, that's what I wonder, because I do all of my sessions with my clients on the phone, and I'm just like, whoa. Thank God I'm not in front of this person. Right? Because anyone could just attack you. Speaking of therapists, you know, and giving advice, do you ever have these people who are constantly coming to you for advice? They're just like, my boyfriend just did this to me. What do I do? Jump him. That's what I would do if a girl did that. But I just don't know what to do. I just told you. I don't know what else for you to say. Thank you for listening. You are a good friend. Then, it's like a couple days later, they come to you. Please, I need someone to talk to. My boyfriend did this. You're like, I know you told me already. No, I mean, this is a new thing he did. He did it again. Oh. That's weird because we just went through this the other day. And I thought you asked me my advice to say to them. I know, but I just don't know what to do. I thought I told you that. Is English not your first language? I mean,
did you try?
But I don't know what to do. And it's like they will keep coming back to you, doing the same thing, asking for the same advice, and then saying, I just don't know what you want me to do. Because they don't like what you say. There's no comprehension. Speaking of no comprehension, have you ever seen or talked to these, like, girls at nightclubs? Just like the archetypal girl at a nightclub. Goes out dance. Girls just like to have fun. Right. And they all just all act the same. You know, you end up talking to them later, like, hey, what do you do? I do this. I am a nurse. Right? Because all these girls are nurses. All girls in nightclubs are nurses. Aren't they? Aren't all girls in nightclubs nurses? You don't see many ad execs or doctors out there. It's always nurses. It's always nurses. Or waitresses. Right? Nurses and waitresses. And you talk to them, you're like, oh, okay, so what do you do for fun? I go out to nightclubs. Right? Oh, what kind of music do you like? This kind. It's popular. Right? It's always the same conversation. Right? You know, so what are you passionate about? I'm passionate about music. Right? What happened to all these girls that they became like copies of one another? Like what? See, are nightclubs like really just one big copy machine for women that they just sort of like feed these women drinks, program their brains with these songs, and then suddenly all the women are the same. They dress the same, wear their hair the same shoes, same conversations, everything. I don't know. Like I did nightclub promotions for 6 or 7 months until I was like, oh my God, I am living in the Matrix. I will now get out of this. But speaking of stereotypes, have you seen these Jewish people who just dress the same, wear the same hair, like the curls and the beard, act the same, talk the same accents, like, I mean, what is that? Why do you have to say your CH is like a I don't get it. And I want to ask them about it, but I'm just not sure it's appropriate. Like, even just one time in school when I was younger, I asked a person if she was a Jew, because I thought that's what they wanted to be called. I thought they wanted to be called Jews. I thought that was proper. But then next thing I know, like, some guys are like threatening to beat me up or something for calling her a Jew. And I'm like, I think you're the ones who are thinking of that as a bad thing. I'm not. I don't even think it's a bad thing. Like, what? Is being a Jew a bad thing? You know, oh, no, what? You said she's a Jew. It sounded negative. I'm like, no, I'm just calling her a Jew? Like, is she a Jew? I was asking, like, the word Jew is not negative, right? But somehow people stereotype it, think that it is. Probably because some Jews just act funny, and they do have this stereotype. They all look alike and act alike. I didn't make it that way. Like, they did that. And I don't think it's a bad thing, but it is true. They do that. And have you ever wanted to ask a Jewish person, like, why they do these little things the way they do? Like, why is the hair curly? But it just seems like it would be inappropriate to ask, doesn't it? Like, oh, hey, I don't know how to ask you this, but why do you do the little curls? How do you do them? Do you use your wife's curler? Like, do you use her hair curl? I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know. Is this appropriate? I don't know. I'm just an ignorant, normal person. I don't know. You really do feel ignorant when you're doing that. Like, when you're looking at a Jewish person, like, you have to wonder, like, why do they do that? Why do they wear the flat-brimmed hats and have the beards and the curls? I don't know. Is it appropriate for me to ask? Probably not. It just seems really awkward, but it's so curious. They're just walking around like it's normal to do. Why do they do this? Like, how do you ask? Hey, why do you use your wife's curls?
Are those big curls?
Well, let's try to move away from the things that are offensive again, because I'm just, somehow my psychic sense is telling me some people out there may think this is offensive. I'm not trying to be offensive. I don't think there's anything wrong with Jewish people, because I'm not saying anything bad against Jewish people. I like Judaism. I like Jews. But somehow I feel like saying the word Jew is just going to be interpreted as bad by some people. That's not my fault, but let's move away.